Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central. If you're looking for study tips and strategies to help you with your learning, you have come to the right place. And this video is called Jump In. What do I mean by jump in? Well, I mean get engaged and start doing. That is so important. No matter what you're trying to learn, You've heard me talk about being engaged before, probably ad nauseum, but it's so important to actually do something. So, if you're trying to learn how to spell words and you have a spelling list that you have to learn every week, do something with it. Play with the words. Color them. Break them up. Play around with them. Do something with them and keep practicing. It's not enough just to reread them. It's probably not even enough just to recopy them unless you happen to be a relatively good speller to start with. If you want to learn how to write better, you have to write. Yes, you can read books on how to improve your writing. You can take courses. I have some on Udemy and private lessons as well on how to write better, higher quality writing. You can learn a lot from books. You can learn a lot from videos, but you will learn even more when you begin writing. So you actually have to do to get the full benefit and to learn everything that you can. And sometimes people say, yes, but if I do that, I'm going to make mistakes. Yes. I hope so, because if you didn't make any mistakes, you didn't learn anything. Because if you already know it, you haven't learned anything new. Making mistakes is a part of progress. That's how we move forward. Experiments often turn out wrong, but that leads to the experiments that turn out right. Of course, you try to do things correctly in the first place. You make an effort to reach your goal right away, but often that doesn't happen. You're going to make some mistakes along the way. If you're trying to learn mathematics or a new section in mathematics, it can be very frustrating. You've looked over the equations, you've read the textbooks, you read the directions, you looked at the examples, you watched some videos online, and you've seen how it's easy for other people, but it's not easy for you. You don't know that yet because you haven't tried it. So maybe you tried it once or twice and it didn't work very well, and then you gave up. Don't give up. Jump in. Try some more. Maybe go step by step with a video. Maybe go step by step with a teacher or a tutor, such as myself, and look at several examples. Look at different examples. There's often different ways of approaching math. And one might work better for you than another. And once you learn that, you probably can do it the way that your teacher likes as well. Because once you've got one of the concepts in mind, it's usually not that difficult or not that big of a leap to understand other methods of getting to the same place. So jump in and do. You learn by doing. You learn math by doing many equations or problems over and over again, and trying them in different ways and trying to sort of conceptualize how they're working to get a more holistic understanding of it. You learn writing by writing. You improve your reading skills by reading. So I have a course on how to improve your reading comprehension and speed. But if you just take the course and you never put any of the points into practice, you will not increase your reading speed nor your comprehension because you did nothing to actually do that. It doesn't happen just by showing up to class. So if you're just going to school and then going home, that doesn't necessarily mean you've learned anything. You actually have to be engaged and you have to do something, take notes, practice, rehearse, do some problems. Whatever the course is, there are slightly different things you need to do, but you have to be engaged and you have to actually do something. So I want you to jump in and don't be afraid. A lot of people stop themselves. They get in their own way by being afraid of math or afraid of writing an essay or afraid of an exam, and so you stop yourself from progressing. Don't be afraid, and definitely do not be afraid of making mistakes. I make them all the time, and that's how we learn. It's not really a big deal. Seems like it at the time. It can be frustrating and make you upset sometimes, but you just have to pick up and go ahead and move on, and often you laugh about it later. You look back and you think, Why didn't I see that before? That was so simple. But you just can't see it until you see it. And that can happen. It happened to me just the other day with a math problem a student brought. I was looking at it and looking at it thinking, and I even said out loud, this is probably really easy if I just could see where we're going wrong. And then all of a sudden, click, I saw it, and it was very simple once I saw it. So it happens, but it would not have happened if I'd given up. It would not have happened if we had just sat back and said, well, I guess we can't do that. And even if the student went to the teacher and the teacher showed him, how this particular question worked, he still wouldn't be able to do the other questions. Without actually practicing it and doing it himself, it wouldn't have stayed with him. He wouldn't have retained that information. So we did many questions afterwards of the same type, and repeating the process and looking at it. There were slight variations, but each one was just one step forward, and that's how you know, and that's how you learn. And that's how you retain that information. So it is really important to jump in. So I want you today, whatever you're trying to learn, if you're even trying to learn engine repair, you can watch the videos, you can read the books, you can look at the pictures. It's all very helpful to get you to the point of actually trying. But if you don't actually try to work on an engine and try to make repairs or whatever the process is you're trying to learn, you really haven't learned it yet. And you're probably going to make some mistakes, and you'll have to go back to the video or go back to the diagram and try to work out, okay, what did I do wrong here? Something's not working right, something doesn't look right, and retry, redo it. Most mistakes can be corrected. Most things can be fixed, so it's not something that you really have to worry about too much. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn, as I mentioned before. So jump in, whatever it is, and give it a try. Do not be afraid to practice what you're trying to learn. All right, that's my little video for today. I want you to keep learning and keep having fun. Again, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Jump in. It's Ron from L.T.L. Tutoring Central. I will leave a link below to the website, and also probably a couple of links for coupons for some of my online courses that you can check out and try. I hope you do. Like the video if you do. Subscribe, click on the notification bell, and that way you'll be alerted when there are new videos about study tips and strategies and learning and all that fun stuff. All right, bye-bye for now.